Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XI. So today, even though I said I was getting back to Trish God, I lied, and there's actually a sword I want to get to help me out with my Magian trials, or at least try to get. I don't know if I'll actually be able to get it by myself. But we gotta kill some more notorious monsters in the sky in order to get it, and today we're gonna start by trying to fight the jailer Fortitude. He's a Gra that's always in human form. He takes reduced physical damage, and apparently that counts for the Excalibur's additional effect, which I did not know. But we have our trusty end spells to fall back on. We could kill his ads, but apparently that'll make him stronger, so I guess I'm going to leave them alive. I don't know if that'll help me or hurt me, but we'll find out. Also, interestingly, since he takes such reduced damage from physical attacks, we're just going to attack him with Spirits Within at 300% TP. Although we'll still use our weapon skill setup just to have a chance at the Osha Gorget proc. So I guess I can also nuke him. Although he's going to cast the spell back at me, supposedly. I didn't make the first one, so whatever. Get Spirits Within, bitch. Back in the day, you'd pull him out of this tiny room into the hallway and kite him and nuke him and fight him in different ways, but this is the modern era, and I don't care about that. And our end spells are doing most of the work. Man, that's crazy. His damage resistance reduces the effect of Excalibur's additional effect by about 99% almost. Crazy. The Excalibur's additional effect is supposed to deal 1/4 of my damage or 1/4 of my HP as damage, and so normally it does like 380. But on this guy, not so lucky. And I would have used Shantato instead of Almia, but supposedly, like I said, he supposedly reflects your spells after they damage him. A bit unfortunate, but that's what he does. Or so they say. You know what, did I try to get distracted on him? I don't think I'm missing very much, but every time I miss is a chance to chance that he takes less damage. But man, he is spamming Actinic Burst. Nice and slow and steady fights. Sort of similar to soloing Aspidalaunch, I guess. Although it's looking like Ururu's emerging on it MP again already. Which is unfortunate, but I appear to have gotten hate on the ads. But the Lineral's not doing anything about it. Let's try and change that, shall we? Guess I could have used a physical weapon skill on the ad, but whatever. Oh, that is totally the wrong weapon skill. Warple Blade for 7 damage. I suck. Yeah, let's see. 18 out of 388. That's what? 21 and like 2/3 weaker than it normally should be. Man. We killed one of his Keith Draws and he is just not happy about that. Our end spell wore off. Zade's trying his best. Apparently Spirits Within at 100, only 100%, barely does anything. Alright, no Fortitude torque, unfortunately, but our first jailer weapon, the Fortitude axe. I believe I talked about these weapons once before while running around in sea, but basically there's another scientist next to the lady that we got our Gorgets from, who you can trade Luminian chips and the various, any sea organ to, and she'll give you a pouch of Virtue Stones, which is it's like a quiver for arrows, but instead it's for Virtue Stones. And you put the Virtue Stones in your ammo slot. Every time it procs, you get an occasionally attacks twice effect. That's actually a multi-strikes effect. That stacks with double attack and triple attack. So you have a chance on every attack round, you have a chance for both double attack and the multi-strikes effect from the jailer weapon to proc at the same time, and double attack or double triple attack. And so these jailer weapons, while they have very low base damage, they can actually build TP insanely fast and weapon skill insanely fast. And they're gold and they look cool. They share the same model with the rune weapons that we could make from those quests. And the reason we needed to kill it, though, is not for the axe. We wanted the second virtue, because we killed Ix Dark Knight before, and now we have everything that's required to spawn the Jailer of Justice, as well as another pop for Jailer of Fortitude, because I do kind of want his torque, although it's not guaranteed. They drop, each Jailer in C is guaranteed to drop their Jailer weapon and their virtue. They also have these neck pieces called torques, and each torque usually gives a +5 stat bonus, usually the same stat that's on the Jailer weapon. So in the case of the Fortitude torque, it would be Vitality, and then it gives 2 combat skill increases of +7. And the Fortitude torque's case, it's +7 sword skill and +7 great axe skill. And the reason that is kind of cool is because with the Fortitude torque, on Warrior, we would have access to the level 80 weapon skill Fell Cleave. Because we have the Great Axe skill +2 on my Hecatone boots, because I re-augmented them. I think I did that off camera though. But we can't farm one more Graham chip right now. It takes another 15 minutes for his mystery spot to respawn, and it respawns at one of the other, or at any of the 5 towers. So it's not guaranteed to get it back or whatever. Now I'm gonna try to fight the Jailer of Justice. When I say try to fight, the Jailers are slightly lower level than Sky Gods, but for the most part they all have mechanics or abilities that exceed the Sky Gods in some aspect. And with the Jailer of Justice, he spawns ads that are ninja ads that instantly mission Gakur for their, and have about 2000 HP. They're very, I don't know exactly how we will deal with them. If the line rolls, I hate that. Why is this considered gaining enmity? They're not attacking me. It also implies that the dolphin, the peaceful dolphin that never actually attacks you, hates you. Come on, Square. Okay. But yeah, I'm not sure if his Uriel Blade will lower them enough for the Mission Gakur to like not hurt. And the other real concern, bigger concern, oh my fucking god, get out of my face. Stop coming up to me. But the real concern for the Jailer of Justice is the fact that it can charm. And if Calm Wind gets charmed, obviously we lose all our trusts, and then we more than likely lose the fight. But I'm pretty sure it's a single target charm, so as long as we don't pull hate, which is another kind of concern, supposedly according to the wikis, Jailer of Justice like resets hate or like loses hate really easily and turns, goes topsy-turvy, turnsy. So I guess we'll see what happens. But he's got about 32,000 HP or thereabouts, but he's only level 85 and possesses no special abilities beyond the charming. It's all the normal Zomit. He's a Zomit, so a squid. Has all those moves. It's just the ads and the charm. Like, that's it. So if we can live through the charm damage, or not the charm damage, the ad damage, or take the ads out before they explode, and then Calm Wind never gets charmed, we should be fine. You know, it's kind of an if situation, right? Like, I don't know if I'm actually going to be fine. Although back in the day, I don't remember this Jailer being that hard. Of course, we had way more people to the event than just 5 trusts, so I don't know. I don't know. But I think this time around I want to go with Shantato instead of Almia. Almia's great, but I I think we want those magic bursts. Although, since we'll just be fighting the jailer in its face and we don't have like any actual real backline support. See, back in the day, the way you dealt with the Jailer of Justice ads, you'd have your black mages just stand away from the jailer a bit, and every time an ad spawned, they would all nuke the ad with like Thunder 4 and kill it in like 2 or 3 Thunder 4s, and it would never get to explode. Although I remember some of the ads exploding sometimes, but they would at least usually have taken a hit, and so they would be reduced in HP, so their mission Gakura would do less. I don't know. But I'm also definitely going to want to build... Actually, I've already got TP, so... I guess that bit's taken care of. Although I guess we should still fight something to get Apururu's buffs up. I think we only need the one high-quality Zelmet organ. I guess I should look this up before I run off half-cocked. Yeah, Jailer of Justice. Weak to ice, so I guess we'll use Blizzard. Spawn by trading Second Virtue, Deed of Moderation, and an HQ Zelmet organ to the mystery spot at F11. It can summon up to 6 Kun Zelmets. Like normal Zelmets, they move at flea speed. This jailer is immune to stun. The ads have 2,000 HP and use Mission Gakura not long after being attacked. This is reminiscent of Bomb Queen's self-destructing helpers. The Jailer of Justice summons them one at a time, but summons them often, about every 30 seconds. If engaged as soon as they pop, the helpers will Mission Gakura immediately as the jailer completes the summoning of the next helper. Okay. F11. So is it... It's on the land, right? I thought it was on the land. Let's grab this Zelmet and use it to get our buffs. Let's see. The jailer can charm people for long periods of time, several minutes. It will usually charm its main tank. And it can charm even if it has all 6 Kun Zelmets alive. Hate behaves unexpectedly, often switching target inexplicably when it completes summoning. The jailer itself is rather weak and not too special, but its helpers seem to give people the most trouble. Best fought with a party of 2 melees and a healer with sleep. Wait, can we just sleep the Zelmet? No, it's talking about sleeping charmed people. Okay. Because it can only charm one person at a time, I guess, is the deal. Which hopefully will be, it'll waste its charm on our trusts. I don't know where the spawn mystery mark is. Let's see. F11. Maybe it's back in the water? I thought they were all the jailer spots were on land, though. Nope, it's out here in the water. Okay, well, that's interesting. Zelmets generally link with one another, so I think we should kill these Zelmets. And I'm just going to keep getting TP off of them. And I'm just going to go with Grape Daifuku for greater attack power. Triple damage proc, 240 damage on a regular hit. How about that? I guess that's... No, I guess that's only 2.5. Whatever. It's still good. Okay, let's see. Come on. A distant voice emanates from the depth of your soul. Desirest thou? Second virtue. Deed, restraint, willpower, some moderation. From fallen Zomit. Cannot understand them. Okay. Cool beans. Let's die again, shall we? Said Blizzard, right? So Zomits don't have any moves that like silence or paralyze or anything, so I don't think that even matters. Could be wrong. Maybe the jailer's different. Watch like me pop it and it just instantly charms me or some shit. That would be just my luck. But if we could actually manage to kill it, we'll get the sword guaranteed. So like, that would be nice. Alright, I'm a little nervous. Jailer of Justice. Hey bro. Just gonna give you some debuffs here. Okay, so it's summoning. And we kill that with Savage Blade, right? Too far away? Are you serious? Okay, well at least it didn't eat my TP. I saw it turn. It's taking 0 damage. Maybe I need to dispel that mucus or whatever. Now we're blind, huh? Didn't count on that, but let's try to take out one more of those ads. Every time a Pururu gets rid of our blindness, you know? Let's use a remedy. Let's just get rid of our blindness ourselves. We need to build TP. Oh, there's a Mission Gacker. Or at least that takes the ad out, though, I think. Or I would assume. Bet it would anyway. Oh man, there's so many ads now. But one Savage Blade does the trick. It's just getting TP that's the problem here. It's constantly blind. any cooks? And we got it! We got it! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! We didn't get the torque, but I don't care. The torque is great katana skill, and I think scythe skill, and strength +5. So it's actually a really good torque. But we got the Justice Sword, and I love the Justice Sword. It has the oddity of having Thief on it, but I think they did that just to let thieves have fun, because, like I said, the Virtue Stone proc for it will work with its stacks with other multi-attacks. So thieves, back in the day, I used to use this when farming organs in sea because I got one, because no one cared about it because it drops every time, so eventually you're up to your ears in Justice Swords. But so I would equip it on Thief, and basically whenever triple attack procced on both of its hits, and I got at least a double attack proc in my main hand, I would max out my attacks for an attack round. You can get 8 attacks in an attack round. On Red Mage with the Brutal Earring, we'll be able to possibly get up to, I guess, 6 hits, but it'll be pretty rare for it to occur. But oh, it's gonna be so worth it. It's gonna be so worth it. That went really well too. That was awesome. Like that's like making me consider farming a torque or something, because like that, like it was starting to get kind of hectic there, and I was afraid, like you saw all those ads stacking up, I was afraid they were gonna start exploding, but we only had one of them explode. So like, I don't know. I guess it could have gone bad. Like if all the ads had exploded, if all of them had Meejins, then we would have been toast, I guess. Let's see how much that one Meejin did that actually got off. If we can even see it. And you can see Charm, uses Charm, no effect on Valineral. So Valineral held hate pretty much the whole time, and that was nice. The ads seem really weak, honestly, too. Like, we got attacked by them, they were missing us. Like, we have full evasion merits, but I mean, Red Mage has like an F in evasion or something. Or an E in evasion. No, I guess it's a D. They have a D in evasion. Okay, so not that bad at all. Unfortunately, the later jailers are all kind of a bit trickier. And there's also some jailers inside that I haven't fought, obviously. There's the Jailer of Faith, which I do have a pop item for. It only takes one high-quality UV organ. Or UV, however you say it. UVI? I don't know. This. But the Jailer of Faith is kind of interesting because it's like a Black Mage EUV, and it only uses stone magic. And it uses up to, I think, Stone 5 and Stone 4 or something like that. It also uses Breakga, which is the real danger. So if I were to fight it, I don't know what I would do. I think I would have to White Mage. I'd have to play White Mage main to actually fight it. And stand a chance. And even then, like, if I get petrified, then, you know, it doesn't matter if I have Stona or not. So, like, and you can't stun it either. Since it's Earth Elemental, it is also immune to stun. And it's immune to slow as well. So it's just like one of those things, like, back in the day, you used to have like 3 Black Mages kited around or something like that, and they would basically just run out of range of its spells, and then leave Bio 2 on it or whatever, and come back and nuke it once its casting had been interrupted. And I've actually never fought the Jailer of Faith ever, because, like I said, mages, that was like a mage fight. Like we would go to sea, and it'd be like, we need a we need Faith's virtue or whatever, which I think Jailer of Faith drops like the first virtue or something like that. I think. I'm not sure. And they would just like send our Black Mage squad to go do that while we would like farm for Ix Dark Knight or Ix Dragoon. Whenever we did Ix Monk, we'd just take the whole Link Shell and then into Grand Palace of Huxoi, and then all the outside jailers we also did as a whole group. Which the outside jailers are Jailer of Justice, Jailer of Hope, Jailer of Prudence, and Jailer of Love. And Jailer of Love is more or less the Kirin of C. I mean, it's not actually the Kirin of C, because the Kirin of C is absolute virtue. But Jailer of Love is like one that I know, like I wouldn't stand a chance against with just trusts, without the shadow of a doubt. Not at 75 anyway. At later levels, sure. At 99, before item level, there was a guy on Dark Knight / Red Mage, the Relic Scythe, that soloed Jailer of Love. It was really impressive. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. This is the right spot, right? Yeah, okay. So, remember last time we talked to Urim for our Gorgets, but this time we want to talk to Merit. What have you given the Urim? Biolumin matter? I don't quite... Are you making fun of me? Oh yes, maybe you could bring me some of this Biolumin matter. I'm quite wealthy and willing to reward you. That snake Urim! How dare she employ complete strangers to aid in her research? I will not be upstaged. Bring me some of this Biolumin matter, in any shape, size, color, or size. Quickly now. So, we do that, and like... It can't be high quality ones, it has to be other stuff. How do I present this to Urim and gain my own... Are you still here? Ah, of course, your reward. Be sure to bring any more samples you find directly to me. So yeah, she's the one who gives us Virtue Stone pouches. And I guess we have to trade them one at a time? I don't want to trade them one at a time. That kind of sucks if I gotta trade them one at a time. Man, am I gonna have to... Oh man, this is gonna take forever. I have found a downside. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think back in the day, like, before I even ever got, like, to level 50, I read something somewhere that said that the jailer weapons are impractical to use as weapons because they require the ammunition of the Virtue Stone. And it wasn't until they decided to give us Virtue Stone pouches that this became feasible. And I don't know if that means that originally she would give you a whole stack of Virtue Stones for each Biolumin you gave her, and then you just, like, had to have stack after stack after stack in your inventory instead of pouches. Or if it means that she was giving you one Virtue Stone per organ. Because one Virtue Stone per organ would be really would be fucking unfeasible. But if it was stacks of 99 and people were just complaining about inventory space, then, like, you know? Did I already get all the pouches? I guess I got all the pouches. Okay, so I'm going to use one of these pouches. And, I'm going to equip the Justice Sword and change our style lock so that we can actually see it. Because I love how the Justice Sword looks. It's one of my favorite swords in the game. Just a single edge, like, it's kind of gold, but it's also just kind of brass. I don't know. It looks cool to me. And then the handle's wrapped. And it makes like a shunk sound instead of a flick sound like the Joyous, because it's a slashing blade. And its base damage is 1 lower than the Joyous. So a lot of people, like with Joyous, they saw the Virtue Stone or the Justice Sword, and they just said, why would I use that over the Joyous? And it's like, motherfucker, like, why are you thinking of it in terms of you can't just use both, you know? Like, you can just use both. But, yeah. Although, obviously, if we ever just want our bow, or, like, any other ammo slot item, then we kind of have to use the Joyous. But it's also nice the Justice Sword has 7 strength, because that's what all of our main sword weapon skills are modified by, unless they're magical. So, I don't know. I think it's really cool. And I kind of hope to showcase it some. Then I guess that didn't take as long as I thought. I thought I was gonna fail. Like, I thought I might possibly. I started this recording thinking I might die to Jailer of Fortitude, and then once Jailer of Fortitude was kind of like, you know, this not very hard, just takes a while sort of fight, I was like, okay, never mind. And then I was worried about dying to the Jailer of Justice and having to, like, I mean, if I died to the Jailer of Justice, I didn't have like a backup pop set or anything, so it wasn't like I was like, oh, I'll just come do it again. But you know, I guess I could showcase the Justice Sword by going back in, and we just need 1 Gra M chip, and then we could find Fortitude again and fight him again. Maybe we'll lose. It's possible. It wasn't like, you know, you saw like towards the end of the fight with Fortitude, Apururu was out of MP, and so was Valineral, and Valineral was getting Vorpal bladed like every 2 seconds. But I don't know, I think it's been 15 minutes. I think we can go and try to find the question mark again. And once we find it, we'll know where it is. It doesn't move around once it's not like the X Dark question mark, or mystery spot. It moves around on its own. Or not, it doesn't move around on its own. It stays put once it spawns. But it can spawn in any of the towers, so that's what I'm trying to say. Come on, brain, you can do it. And I wonder what trusts would be better to use, because, like, I went with Almia last time, didn't I? And, like, she did fine. I guess, I don't know, maybe I should focus on buffing Calm Wind, because it's his end spells that let me do the majority of damage. Maybe instead of Zaid, because Zaid really wasn't doing that much damage. Maybe I should use Joachim or how you say his name. I used to call him Joachim or whatever. I don't know how to say that name. I was like, what the hell is that name? You know, I thought it was just like. I've said that before too, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, you take something for granted for years, and then you find out that it's not how you thought it was, and then you're just sort of like, oh shit. I would use a second healer, but a second healing trust is only really useful if you know that you're taking you yourself are taking so much damage that the overlapping cures are going to be worth it, because otherwise your White Mage Trust will just heal at the same time and both hemorrhage MP. They would be really great if you could coordinate your trusts, like give them like some sort of macro like direction, like do not cure me until under this %, or do not cure me until, you know, first trust is out of MP or something. But if they let us issue any sort of commands to trust, it would make trust even more powerful than they already are, and it really would like cause a lot of even more solo play. Like, the game's already solo play focused enough as it is with a low population. It doesn't need to be more focused on solo play. You'd have people saying that, oh yeah, other players, who needs them? You know, I just use this macro for my trust and it works out. You know, but I mean, at the same time, it would still just be less tactics you could do than with real people. Real players always get more tactics. Matt, did you see that? Did you see that? 3 swings with the Justice Sword? That wasn't like a sped up delay glitch. That was a Virtue Stone proc into a double attack. So. And you see this buff. I'm gonna move my mouse over. You see this buff right here. It's the aftermath effect. It's for relics, it's like this pink-red aftermath, but for Empyreans, it's like blue. And specifically for this one, you see it says Caliburn/Excalibur regen. Yeah, we get a regen aftermath from our Knights of the Round. Oh, sweet, we found it first try. Cool beans. All right, let's wait for this paralysis to wear off. And let's see, what's my TP at? I think I'd like to start with 300% TP, just to blow down his HP with like a Spirits Within. Hello, Zday. Didn't really want to fight another Zday, but here we are. And I believe since the Jailer Fortitude is... Wait, you know what? I can't even spawn him yet. I have to kill... I don't have the Gra M chips. Like, I have 11 out of 12. I need 12. That's what you spawn him with. So, but we know we know Fortitude is in the southwest tower. So that... Now we just gotta go around and kill Gras until we get a Gra M chip, which could take a while. Yeah. The one downside to Jailer weapons is they go through Virtue Stones like candy. Like, you can watch the Virtue Stone disappear. Every time it actually procs, it'll go away. Yeah, see, there it goes. And see, we missed one of those hits, right? So, like, it's not perfect, right? They're not, like, the best weapons in the game or anything. But, I definitely love them, and I'm definitely glad I have it. Oh, look, we got a quad attack. There we go, we got a quad attack with our Justice Sword. Awesome. I need to spend my accolades and turn them into gil. It's a day. I don't need to fight you. I need Gras. All of the relics have these clunky aftermaths, like Excalibur's is regen. And later when we upgrade it to level 99, it'll give, I think it's 30 regen a tick and 3 refresh. So it gets better, but like it's still kind of like this, you know, obtuse effect that like you don't immediately see the upside to on like a weapon, right? Like the upside to the Excalibur is that its additional effect, you know, deals 1/4 of your HP as damage without actually consuming the HP. That's a big deal. The regen aftermath helps you keep your HP full so that you do as much damage as possible for that additional effect. But of course, the additional effect itself is not 100%. And, you know, obviously there's other better weapon skills you can use than Knights of the Round. Or Knights of Round. It's obviously supposed to be Knights of the Round, and it's just a space limitation thing. So, I'm probably just going to keep calling it Knights of the Round. But the other relics have some pretty weird aftermaths, like the Dragoon Spear Gungnir. It has like the spear's additional effect is weakens defense, and it's like a defense down of like I think 17.5% or something, slightly better than Dia 3. It might be more than that. Don't quote me. I'm not a Dragoon main, and I've never really looked into the Gungnir myself. But its additional effect on its weapon skill, Gerspul Ghoul, is like gives the Dragoon shock spikes. And it's just like, but that doesn't help me kill the boss faster, you know, like that doesn't, you know, do anything outside of me soloing stuff, you know. And then like, let's see, some of them are good though, like the Greatsword. The Greatsword's aftermath is pretty good. Its critical hit rate plus 5%, and then it goes up, I think, to all the way to like plus 10% or something by 99. Kind of undervalued because the weapon skill for the Greatsword is kind of wimpy, even wimpier than Knights of the Round, probably. Although I think they changed the modifiers on it, so it's not as bad as it used to be. Of course, they changed the modifiers on Knights of the Round too. They had a really weird idea about like trying to balance the relic weapon skills. Like originally, a lot of the relic weapon skills had like 40% charisma, 40% agility modifier, something like that. And people think two things about this. They think that either it was a weird balancing decision because they didn't want these weapon skills to be the be-all, end-all once you got your relic. But other people think that it was just they put in dummy stat value for the you know, like basically placeholder stats for the weapon skills because they didn't expect anyone to get the relic weapons very quickly, and then they just sort of forgot to change them back by the time it mattered. But I, for one, think it's just they didn't realize, you know, how silly it was to, you know, like make certain stat requirements. Like I know for a fact that the Calamity weapon skill for a Dark Knight was just like it was literally just agility and charisma, and then like the Greatsword was also charisma and like, yeah, I think it was just charisma and agility again. But yeah, train of thought lost. Man, my brain, when it stops working, it just stops. Yeah, the other weird aftermath, like, let's see, let me think of one that's not weird. The Samurai Katana's aftermath for Taichi Kaiten is store TP plus 7. And that's good because that helps you get TP faster. That's like adding, you know, another store TP tier to the store TP trait on Samurai. The Scythe was, I think, magical, no, Gear Haste plus 10%. So you could wear different gear as long as you had the Aftermath. And people treated that like the biggest deal ever. They're like, oh my god, Dark Knight can cap delay reduction. Which originally delay reduction, you could actually reduce your delay on your auto attacks by all the way up to 90, I think 95%. and they realized people were using this to Zerg fights and trivialize them, like Dynamis Lord and the Great Worms like Tiamat and Virtra, and other fights too. And not specifically with the relic side, just with any amount of haste. Like there didn't used to be different caps. Like you just slam any type of haste on, and eventually you hit the delay reduction cap, which was, you know, like Soul Voice, Victory March, Advancing March, haste, then haste from your gear, and then haste from job abilities, which very few gave back in the day, but some did. And then like dual wield and stuff. All delay reductions, all able to do that sort of thing. And it was sometime during early Treasure Autogun. I remember hearing about it for the first time in Nizul. Although it might have been sooner than that, because by the time I was hearing about in-game mechanics for the first time, you know, I was just like being plunged into Sky and being plunged into Assault and Nizul and all that. So I was really just sort of like listening to, you know, these grizzled veterans complain, and I was like the babby. Like, oh, that's cool, you know. Doesn't affect the Zerg we just did, but that's cool to know, you know, like. There was this popular thing that Dark Knights used to do with the Great Axe, the Rune Chopper. The Rune Chopper's latent effect is haste plus 5% in exchange for, you know, like 5 MP every 3 seconds or whatever. So for a Dark Knight, you know, that's basically like giving them this GIMP form of haste for as long as their MP bar lasts. And people would mix that with the marches from Bard and the haste spell and the other stuff, and I think Hasso when it came out as well. And basically a Dark Knight with that Great Axe could hit the delay reduction cap. And that's why the Relic Sight's Aftermath being 5% more haste than that, not costing their MP, was like such a big deal. But then they nerfed the delay reduction to 80%, which it still is. And which honestly is still way too fucking fast. Like, when you're in a whole party of people who are attacking at minimized delay, like, it's like everyone has 100 Fists, except actually faster than 100 Fists. And, like, you can't even see what's going on in the log anymore. Like, you only get to see it after the fact when you look back. And man, you didn't get any Graham chips. We just need one! We just need one! Maybe I should bust out like a Thief Trust for a second. We just like put Joachim up and bust out a Thief. Because like the regular Graz, you know, they're not gonna test us while we have all our trusts out. They barely test Calm Wind when he's by himself. Come on, stop paralyzing me. I feel like debuffs, like when they get down to the last 10 seconds, it feels like they linger for longer than that. It's like they tack on an extra 5 seconds when it starts blinking and just don't tell you about it. Wouldn't surprise me if that were true. It's probably not, but you know, like, sometimes people experience stuff in this game and they insist that it's true, and someone else says, oh, there's no hard evidence for that. But then someone later in like a, you know, really deep dive in a data mine or in a Square Enix announcement reveal or whatever, they reveal that, oh yes indeed, that was bugged, or that was glitched, or that was how you thought it felt, you know. Pretty big thing. Okay. The Graz over here are still dead. They didn't, I think we found out while we were doing Chance of Promathia that they didn't finagle the respawn timers in here. I'm pretty sure everything in here is still on a 16-minute respawn timer. Or 8 minute, or whatever it was. Oh, you've got a wind core. How dare you? That's okay, I'm feeling like fire now anyway. Come on, just give me my Graham chip, please. I would like to go kill Jailer Fortitude one more time before this video ends. This Graham chip, please. No, not Thundega 3. That's illegal. Please stop trying to cast fire. AoE fire magic on me, thank you. Is that movie aggroing us, or did it just move up the ramp? Where it's like... Okay. Sometimes monsters be like that, yo. They just be casually like, hi. And you're just like, what you doing? And they're like, oh, nothing. I just thought I'd float up over here and scare the poop out of you. Rights of the realm. Please let me get a Graham chip. If we don't get a Graham chip in like the next 20 minutes, then I'll just go ahead and go back to Ottergon. But I can't crack treasure caskets down here. They don't spawn down here. There's no Grounds of Valor down here. I keep saying down here, but we're actually like in outer space. So like but I don't know, it always just feels to me like sea is below everything. Like we're under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. Ooh, Graham chip! Our inventory's full. How dare our inventory be full? Oh, it's because of all these clusters. Normally I wouldn't throw away these clusters, but I don't care about them right now. Yay! The winner is me! Until we die to, what's his face? I'm gonna open another Virtue Stone pouch so that when I inevitably run out in the middle of this fight, I can equip it. Dude, that's the one weakness of this, is that there's no message telling you that a Virtue Stone got taken. So you either have to watch it by having your equipment open, or you just have to mentally keep track of how many Virtue Stones your character has used up so far. And I have like 3 or 4 stacks of Luminion chips and other stuff, and can come down here and get sea organs pretty much anytime I want. Oh, now they're just insulting me. They're just like, here, have as many Graham chips as you like, player. We heard you wanted them. Wouldn't want to look like you're, you know, ignoring what you just said, would you? And I guess we need to pull Joaquin back out as well. I'll go ahead and do that. Thanks, Nanamigo. She's funny. I'd keep her out for Treasure Hunter, because, like, obviously we had Zaid last time, and, you know, like, he did some damage, right? But, come on. Come on. Thank you. You know, like, the amount of damage he brought to the table, like, we could have pretty much slotted any other trust into his spot and done just as well. Maybe not just as well, but... Because, I mean, he was actually doing, like, 10 damage a hit and, like, 20 damage on weapon skills or something, which... Yeah, it's really low, but it's not nothing. Right. Yeah, I guess I'll just go with the element of the day, since he's multi-core and his ads are light and dark. They don't really matter too much. Stick some Phalanx 2 on Valineral. Maybe haste Potata. No, I'm just gonna haste Valineral. Screw it. And I think we'll be okay. I can't remember, like, what he was immune to last time. But we'll find out. Okay, so he's not immune to slow. And we're not going to make the window on that magic burst. I think he's immune to poison too. I wonder if he's immune to blind. He is immune to blind. Interesting. We have been poisoned. It's fine by me. Lionel, could you do your job? I mean, he is doing his job. He's got all the hate on the main guy. Wish he had hate on the ads, though. I don't want to kill the ads because you saw what happened last time. Like, he started just getting Warper Blade after Warper Blade after Warper Blade. I'm gonna go ahead and use Chain Spell, not because I need to, but just because, like, I want to inconvenience these ads for a minute. I guess I could put Bio 3 on both ads. That couldn't hurt. Lower their attack by 20% or thereabouts. Love me some Chain Spell. could be in trouble on this one, actually. Out of virtue stones yet? Almost. I'm gonna go ahead and put Bio 3 on Fortitude itself. Overwrite my idea because I might as well. Oh, you see, he cast Bio back on me. Yeah, he does reflect spells. How about that? Aqua Veil. You don't like not having Aqua Veil? No. And I hope a Pururu gets some MP back soon. No. Yellow Keem's ranged attack strikes true, dealing 10 damage to the Jailer Fortitude. Ranged attacks. Apparently he takes full damage from ranged attacks. That's fucking hilarious. Haste myself here. Damn, they're going whole hog on him. I've lost track of whether or not my debuffs are still up. If I don't get the torque this time, I guess at some point I'll retry this with like Shantato, see if the direct magic damage makes up for the fact that she'll have her spells recast on her. I mean, her spells are tier 1 spells. I would assume that, I don't know, that they wouldn't be reflected at their full power or whatever, but I guess we'll find out. Die, you son of a bitch. Hiya! Oh, we got the torque! We got the torque. How about that? We never have to fight Jailer of Fortitude ever again. Well, unless we want to, like... I guess actually not true, because we have to fight Jailer of Justice to get his torque. But, I don't know. I don't really care about his torque, I guess. But, all in all, it looks cool, right? Like, it's a really cool looking thing. Gives us some vitality and whatnot, and the sword skill. But in actuality, skill past... I think skill past 200 only gives 0.9 accuracy for some reason. Oh, and we ran out of virtue stones, and I didn't even bother. Probably should have bothered, but I didn't bother. But yeah, like, so it's actually only slightly more accuracy than the chivalrous chain. So we'll probably just stick to using the chivalrous chain. But like I said, on warrior, we actually have access to fell cleave with the Fortitude torque on. If we choose to use it over the Florsha Gorget, which normally we wouldn't, but I don't know, if I just want to show you that Great Axe weapon skill at some point, or have a reason to do AoE damage, it could be cool. So yeah. And I don't know, it's one of the C torques that, like, that's actually kind of what I wanted to show off. It's just like, that's what the torques are like from C. So yeah, I don't know if I'll show off any more jailers on camera from this point on, but I don't know. I just, like, this was an in-game area that people came to that had stuff that people desired back at the 75 cap. And, but it was actually rather uncommon for people to be down here, because I think only about a quarter of the player base during the 75 cap actually beat all of Chains of Promathia, at least up until they started nerfing it. The first Chains of Promathia nerf, hopefully you could see my air quotes around that, actually came about from, they took away the EXP penalties in Battlefield. So you could just try the Battlefield over and over again endlessly for the first time ever. And for a lot of people, that took away the fear. And so when the fear got taken away, they performed better and beat the fights. And if they didn't beat the fights, you know, they didn't have a problem with dying in the fight, so they would just run back and do it again. And people who had already beaten Chains of Promathia were like, you scrubs. In my day, we lost EXP in the fights or whatever. And I'm running the wrong way. But then the real nerf to Chains of Promathia, let's see, I guess technically one other nerf that happened was they altered how many empty monsters were in the Prometheans. Because originally they, like, had more, supposedly. I have no first-hand experience with that, but that's what I've been told by some other old salts that beat Chains of Promathia before I did. And it's like, well, big whoop. Like, it's not even like the mission fight, though, you know? It's just area traversal. But, oh. guess I could have used the home wet crystal inside of there. Don't mind me, I'm rambling and dumb. I guess we'll just go back in because it's one less zone than going into Sea Lion's Den and then out of Sea Lion's Den. Although we gotta watch this lengthy cutscene, I suppose. Although I enjoy seeing it actually. At some point, I'd like to get a Paladin unique sword from the H&M version of Chimera in Treasures of Adargan. It's the sword that Valinor uses, and it's basically an all brass or all gold, you know, palette swap of the Excalibur. And I would like to make the Excalibur and that sword my style lock swords on Red Mage, because I find long/broad swords to be very, like that to me is quintessential Red Mage sword. Red Mage is from the original Final Fantasy. It's been with the series since its inception, and in the original game, they used long and broadswords, like they did. The only sword in the game that they couldn't use the ninja katana, and they couldn't use the actual Excalibur back in the day because that was for knights only or whatever. But yeah, every other sword they could use. They could use the Masamune. Or Masamune, or however you say it. Let's go ahead and, with our last, 10 minutes here, let's go back and dip back into Adargan. Now that I've fucked around with Dynamis and see... Although I'm going to go back on my own time. I've got 4 stacks of Luminian chips and Luminian tissue in my storage, and I'm going to trade them all in for Virtue Stone pouches, because I'm going to be putting this Justice Sword to work. So that's going to be fantastic. But for now, let's go get our next cutscene, if we didn't already. I think I did the other day. I've lost track of where I am. I think last time we were on Treasure of Adargan, we were seeing all those cutscenes, the Grand Vizier and Afmao, right? After we had brought her back from the Kikirin ambush and the Adiwa subterrane. Something like that. And then we helped Shantato in the Navako execution chamber as penance. Yeah, well, I guess the next cutscene will answer our question. She's wearing our crown and apparently depressed. A sweet deal always has a sting. How could I, of all people, have forgotten that? That pompous, money-grubbing ambassador. Speaking of money, Abquaba. Yes, ma'am. She finally remembered I existed. Did you receive that? I don't know why they put it like that. She. They didn't need the past tense on exist. Did you receive payment from that arrogant ambassador for Calmwind's services? No, I didn't. Oh no, maybe being forgotten was healthier. Unbelievable. How could I have been so sucked in that I forgot to collect a fee? If I don't do something about this, I'll never live it down. Uh-oh. Right. Calmwind! That Taru was so impressed with your skills, has yet to pay a single gil in remuneration. And so, You're gonna trot over to her and pick up that reward. If you manage to appropriate the money, I'll let you keep every single coin. Just one thing. If you fail, it'll mean death for our professional image. I don't care how rough you get, but don't come back without that cash. Abquiba, you know what to do. Yes, ma'am. According to Gasho, the ambassador has finished her business with the Grand Vizier and is preparing to return to her homeland. Which means you better hurry, Calm Wind. Dun, dun, dun. The occasion of an ambassador plenipotentiary's departure should be marked with pomp and circumstance. Yet not a single person has bothered to make an appearance. That is not true, Lady Karababa. My sensors detect many spectators hiding in the shadows. What a charming send-off indeed. Well, I'm not going to plead. Your magical tantrum at the banquet last night may have scared off well-wishers. Oh ho ho, well they refused to allow me to see the Empress. You can't blame a girl for releasing a little stress. What kind of person is the Empress? I have had no contact with her yet. It doesn't matter. We were able to meet that other girl and hear her chatter. Oh, the one with the malfunctioning friends. If they were unable to penetrate my disguise, their automaton technology has hit lows rather than highs. You are unforgiving, Lady Karababa. Your shield has returned to your side. Oh ho ho, isn't this exciting? This nation is on the brink of evolving and changing. No matter if they wish it or not, that girl in Calm Wind will eventually upset the pot. Hey, exciting doesn't rhyme with changing. You phoned that rhyme in. I'm on to you, you little bitch. Oh ho ho ho. Oh yes, you must be feeling ignored. I have completely forgotten to give you your reward. King, give Calm Wind his due. We mustn't neglect to say thank you. Yes, ma'am. Calm Wind receives 5 Imperial gold pieces. You must understand, your reward is not for guiding me about this foreign land. These are campaign funds to continue the task you've been set. I'll trust you're not the type to suddenly forget. I'm sure you remember your duty, and have not been swayed by some Near Eastern beauty. The main goal of my trip is to this distant shore was to send Atargan's secluded politics into uproar, and to gather the reins of control to some extent. Thanks to you, I've succeeded 100%. Ancient technology and mechanical puppets, and an unlawful organic weapon entrepreneur. I must say it has been quite the tour. But any country has its shares of underhanded dealings. I'm hardly overcome with fear and anxious feelings. Yes, that chimera soon fell to your mighty spells. And that is why I realize the astral condescence is the threat that is nigh. How unfortunate you weren't able to obtain it last night. Pesky serpent generals. It's probably for the best. Who knows what effect the astral wind might have on the star tree and all the rest. Calm Wind, continue to build your reputation in the Empire, so you might dig deeper for the information we require. And try to meet again with the puppeteer and her toys. You might find you'll hear more than just banter and noise. Those junk puppets have ties to the palace? Speak to Rodin Comedian when you need to contact me. He's easy to find thanks to his sheer stupidity. Oh ho 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 ho! Oh, we're being watched by the imp still. That mercenary's a spy, huh? He's craftier than he looks. Things are getting mighty interesting. Dun dun dun. Ooh, more black coffin. More corsairs. Hair flip. Dark Rider. It seems I am not alone. Oh snap. Too bad Rhapsody's already spoiled that fact that that's not the Empire, that's fucking Alexander, you dumbass. But, you know, whatever. Why did it put us near the fountain? That's weird. But I guess we got to keep these 5 Imperial gold pieces, which I would be ecstatic about, except for the fact that, like, I have so much Imperial standing that I literally have stacks of them in my storage and stacks of them on the auction house to sell. I'm a good mercenary, damn it. This is chump change for me. Chump change, I say. And I need to get... Oh man, if I get my Red Mage Relicans from Dynamis Bastock, then I'll have 309 enhancing magic skill with all my enhancing magic skill gear on, which would actually improve... I think I would actually get more damage reduction from Phalanx, and definitely more damage on my end spells. That would be very nice. Not sure where we go next. Were you able to catch the ambassador before she boarded the ferry? I wonder if Calm Wind runs faster than me. No, I'm pretty slow, Aquaba. Did you manage to appropriate the money yet? I told you the reward is all yours. You don't need to make a formal report. Surely, you wouldn't be keeping quiet because you think I'll appropriate the money from you now, would you? What if I try to give her the money? What if I don't care about it at all? No, nope, nothing happened. Okay. So maybe we got like a game day wait again or something? Which, I mean, we're already at an hour and a half, so I mean, this video has done what I needed it to do. But, I will look it up. Let's see, we were on Foiled Ambition. Okay. Playing the part. Yep, speak to Nadja Salahim again after zoning, and 1 day has passed. And so, yep, Ice Day just started, so we won't be able to do any more Ottergon today. But now I'm glad that I tacked this onto the end of this video instead of just stopping after I kill Jailer of Fortitude again. So, yeah, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a great day. And I'll see you again. And maybe next time I'll have done one of these Magian trials, and you'll get to see a slightly upgraded Excalibur. So, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a great day.